folks, how you all doing? So it's Lloyd and Poppy here again. Poppy's got another hat on today, a different one. She occasionally wears a little sombrero. She sometimes wears her little black cowboy hat like me, but today she's got a brand new pink hat and she's not very happy wearing it. Plus the fact that it is about 2 degrees Celsius outside on this cold winter's morning here in Western Australia. Anyway, today I'm going to be ranking and looking at the 7 studio albums by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Now, Creedence Clearwater Revival recorded 7 albums over a period of 4 years. Absolutely prolific material, and every album is either very good or absolutely brilliant in my opinion. The amount of classic songs they released over that 4-year period is just mind-boggling. It's something the Beatles didn't even do, you know, album-wise, 7 albums in 4 years. Tom and John Fogerty had a bit of a sibling rivalry type thing, which lasted right until Tom's death. That was on par with the Gallagher brothers, whereas they had a massive fight. Didn't speak for years and years and years. I'm not sure if they made up while Tom was on his deathbed or not. I seem to think they didn't, but they may well could have. That's something I'm not quite sure of at this stage. Anyway, let's look at the 7 albums by Creedence Clearwater Revival in order from my least favourite to favourite. Now don't forget, this is only my opinion of how I would rank these albums. Yours may be totally different, and if they are, leave your comments in the section below with your rankings. Don't abuse me because your favourite album is 4th, 5th, 6th or 7th on my list. You know, it's just personal opinion. There is no right or wrong. So let's get started. At number 7 on my list, I have their debut album from 1968. Look, it's a very good album. They're still trying to find their legs in my opinion. You know, it's a bit of a prototype sound for Creedence at this stage. And yeah, it's just really good album. There are 3 covers on here and 2 remakes of songs that John and Tom recorded when they were in the Gollywogs. So actually there's 3 original songs recorded for this album. The album comes in a very good 7.5 out of 10. This is the quality of their material. Even their weakest album for me is still really good. And yeah, and the only reason this comes in at 7th spot is that there is only 3 original songs on here. The rest are covers or remakes. At number 6 on my list, I have their 7th and final album, Mardi Gras from 1972. Tom Fogerty had left at this stage. It was basically down to John, Doug and Stu to write the songs and sing them as well. John actually only sung on 4 of these tracks, 4 out of the 9 from memory. There's one cover version on here, a cool version of Gene Pitney's Hello Mary Lou, which was made more famous by Ricky Nelson in the late 50s. So 9 originals, 1 cover. Sweet Hitchhiker was really the only hit off this album. It doesn't mean it's a bad album by any means, but it certainly wasn't one of their greatest singles of all time. But yeah, this one comes in at a fantastic 7.5 out of 10 also. Number 5 on the list. Poppy's staying here today. She's a bit tired. She got stung on her gum by a bee yesterday. She went snapping at bees. Got stung on her gum. So she's had the Polaramine tablets yesterday. It's still making her a bit drowsy, I think. Anyway, back to CCR, number 5 on my list, Bayou Country. It's their 2nd album of 1969. Sorry, their 2nd album and their 1st of 3 released in 1969. 1 cover version on here, a blistering version of Little Richard's Good Golly Miss Molly. This album contains Born in the Bayou, Keep on Chugling and Proud Mary. It's a vast improvement of songwriting skills over their debut. If you listen to their debut album followed by this one, there's a marked improvement in the singing and the songwriting and the playing skills just over a period of a few short months. Absolutely incredible. 8 out of 10. My 4th favourite album at this stage today, by Creedence Clearwater Revival, is their 6th album, Pendulum, released in 1970. It's their 6th album, as I just said. This one gets quite a lot of unfair criticism, I find, from reviews and ranking videos on the internet, but I love it. I do genuinely love it. Just like number 5, I genuinely love that as well. This one contains Have You Ever Seen It Rain, and the foot stomping rockers Melina and Hey Tonight. Even the album tracks like, you know, Pagan's Baby, Sailor's Lament, and the 6-minute instrumental closing track, Rude Awakening 2, are worthy of the admission price. All 3 of those could have been released as singles and been absolutely classic singles, in my opinion. Just about everything on this album is a classic. 8.5 out of 10. Surprised Poppy sat here for this long. Hey Pop. Here she goes, see? A bit grumpy today. So number 3 on my list of Creedence albums is Green River from 1969. It's their 3rd album. It's their 2nd of the year. This album contains Green River, Bad Moon Rising, Lodi, and Wrote a Song for Everyone. They're just 4 absolute stock standard CCR classics that you'll find on every compilation. Brilliant cover of Nappy Brown's R&B standard, The Night Time Is the Right Time. If you haven't heard Nappy Brown's original version, go listen to it. I actually think Creedence is shits all over it, basically. And that was a play on words with Nappy Brown as well. So, yep. But absolutely classic Creedence, 9 out of 10. So that leaves 2 more Creedence albums, 1 and 2. These last 2 albums will go in any order, depending on the day and time I'm listening to it and what mood I'm in. These 2 never change. These 2 are always 1 and 2. But on this occasion, at number 2, my second favourite Creedence album today is Cosmo's Factory. It's their 5th album, and the one that most people would genuinely rank at number 1. Every single song is an absolute masterpiece on this album. It is the best album of John Fogerty's entire career. It's just not my favourite on this occasion. But yeah, every song is an absolute classic. We all know just about every single song on this album. I can't even read them at the moment. Got my reading glasses on, I can't read them. Yeah, I'm absolutely struggling here. Writing's so small. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Every song has at some time or another been on a compilation album by Creedence. That's how good this album is. Absolute masterpiece of an album. But today it does rank at number 2 for me, and that leaves their 4th studio album from 1969, Willie and the Poor Boys. As I said, this one could flip between number 1 and number 2, as can Cosmo's Factory, depending on the day and time. This is just another masterpiece as well. Just about every song on this, I can sort of read this. I'll just get my glasses on. Down on the Corner, It Came Out of the Sky, Cotton Fields, Poor Boy Shuffle, Feeling Blue, Fortunate Son. You know, just absolute masterpieces. This album is just as good as Cosmo's Factory. It just doesn't have the amount of hits though, but every track on it is an absolute masterpiece. You cannot split these 2 albums. All you need really in your Creedence collection is Cosmo's Factory and this, I reckon, and that just about sums up this band perfectly. The way that they had, 10 tracks on here, 10 on Cosmo's Factory, could have quite easily been a double album, all killer, no filler, but it wasn't. Anyway guys, that's my take on Creedence Clearwater Revival's 7 studio albums. Leave your comments in the section below. Let me know what you think of the band. Do you like them? Would you like me at some point to do a rankings video of all of John's solo albums or post Creedence albums? Let me know in the comments below. I've got it in my mind what I want to do with that anyway, but yeah, just let me know if you're interested in it. Anyway, on behalf of Poppy, there you go, wave bye-bye, and myself, take care, stay safe, all for now. Catch you around folks, and bye.